Welcome to the homestead. This is Patch here. He's one of our bottle lambs, and he is ridiculously affectionate. I'm going to put him down because he's also very big. One of the questions I've seen on a lot of Facebook groups that we're on is what people use for round bale feeders, basket style round bale feeders for their sheep. And I've wanted to answer, but I felt it was easier for me to answer in a video form. So I'm just going to show you guys this bale feeder that we have, and it's not a step-by-step because it was built long before our page was up and running, but I'll just kind of walk through what I did, show you what it looks like, and you can decide if you like it or not. I'll tell you some of the pros and cons I have with it. So here it is, our round bale feeder. Our sheep are going to town on this bale we just put in. We wanted a basket style feeder. We looked at some options, buying, prefabricated from our local feed store or ordering through someplace, and we were looking at the prices, and we didn't have the funds to buy one at the time, so I decided to try to build one. I had an idea of how I could do it, and so I had a look around at what we had for materials on site, and this is what we came up with. The corners are made out of rough cut 4x4s. We have those lying around already in our store of used lumber, and then we have some 1x6s, some 2x4s, kind of whatever we had to put in place. To make the joints together, I cut these mortise joints using a circular saw. So the cross piece that the bale sits on right here is a 4x6, a rough cut 4x6, mortised into the 4x4, and the same thing on the other side. Along the bottom, we ran a combination of 2x4s and or 2x6s. I don't think you'll be able to see it in there, but we left little gaps in between. You can kind of see it there to allow some hay to fall down into the bottom. And what that's done is it's created a kind of creep. The lambs, we find them down there quite regularly, pulling hay down from the top, and they'll actually sleep down there too, give them a place to get out of the elements while mom's eating hay. That worked out pretty well too. We have put probably, I haven't been counting this year, probably 35 bales through here so far this year. And as you can see, there's some hay on the ground, but really this isn't a crazy amount of waste. I haven't cleaned this up at all yet, but I have plans to do some raking actually, and maybe throw some of this wasted hay over here to Mr. Chuck. He likes to get some hay every now and then. This is our boar, purebred Berkshire boar. Man, he makes some nice piglets, but maybe I'll give him some of the wasted hay. The basket is this 2x4 wire that's attached with fencing staples at the top and the bottom. This board was put in as an afterthought because the sheep were pushing this in while they were eating it and bending it and mangling it up. So we put that board in, and we're going to have to do some rethinking next year as to how we're going to address that. It's actually on the other side over here. What has happened is some of the bigger sheep have gotten in here, and they've actually broken the wire. Sheep can be really strong and persistent, and they've broken the wire. They can get their head in through there, and it doesn't really matter. They're not wasting it like crazy there, but we're going to have to fix that. And then on the front side, where I load the bales from, we had this gate already, this 6-foot gate. We drilled holes in the 4x4s, bolted this on, and then we put the wire here as well. Originally our idea was that this would be where our 2 Dexter cows would access hay from, but they were going through hay like crazy. Oh my goodness. The waste, they were just piling it up all over the ground here. So we put the 2x4 wire on top of this too. They can still get a bit from up there, and they can pull a little bit here, but it's nothing like they were before. And then we're feeding them over there. They have their own bale now, and we pitchfork it over the fence, and we feed them in a controlled manner, and that has cut down on our hay usage as well. So that's about what I have for you here at the homestead. you know, this is just something we farmer rig together. We try to do everything we can with what we have on site. We try to build everything we can just to keep our costs down. I know some people have the luxury of going out and buying the fancy $700 or $1,500 basket feeders with the catch on the bottom. We just didn't have that luxury this year, so we did this with what we had on hand. I think the only thing we bought for it, well, we didn't buy anything for it. We had everything here, so it really didn't cost us anything. It's definitely fulfilled its use this winter, and you know, we'll do some modifications to it maybe for next year, but it's worked out really well for us. So thanks for watching. Keep us in mind here at the homestead in your prayers, and you know what, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and share the video if you like what you got here. Feel free to use the idea. There's certainly no patents on it. You may like it, you may not, but it works for us. So see you next time at the homestead.